schools, the type of innovative economy that we want to have. And I think if that's the framework Governor Brown lays out, there will be a lot of us ready and willing to work with him. If it's the same old one-time cuts, gimmicks, and tax increases, he's going to meet resistance not only from the voters, but a lot of us in the legislature.
Let me ask you, Jess. I mean, he is one of the most experienced politicians that we've ever had as governor. He knows what he's dealing with here. What is his strategy, do you think, in bringing this possible tax hike to voters?
Well, first, what he's going to bring to the table are some significant cuts. But at the same time, he is going to put in the hands of the voters, make the decision on whether or not to make even deeper cuts or to actually fund programs that Californians may very well choose to fund because they need those services that the state provides. I think this is what leadership is about. He's going to the voters and he's saying, do you want these services paid for through your tax dollars, and will you vote to do that? And at the same time, he's going to be saying, recognize voters. If you fail this, these are the cuts that are going to have to come down the road. These are the sacrifices everyone is going to have to make. And I think with that framing of the question to the voters, it's up to them. And I think he's the type of leader that will be able to get out there and sell these programs far better than Arnold Schwarzenegger was ever able to do, and actually talk to the people of California and solve these problems that are facing the state.
Well, I think that's a cop-out. It's a false choice, and it's not a demonstration of leadership at all, because it says it puts before the voters just two choices. You either have to agree to another tax increase in a state which has the highest tax burden in the West, or it's going to be the end of the world with these painful cuts and so on. Where's the third choice? Where's the serious reform? Where's the proposal to put all new state workers on a defined contribution pension plan that's fully funded, as opposed to this defined benefit pension plan that's unsustainable and unfunded? Where's the proposal to give local governments and school districts the flexibility in collective bargaining that Governor Christie has done in New Jersey with the Democrat-controlled legislature? And where's the options for local government and school districts to shop around for the best products at the lowest cost, which the legislature, the union-dominated legislature, won't allow local government to have? Where are those bold proposals? They're nowhere there. So instead, we're given this false binary choice, which is a false choice. It's a cop-out, it's business as usual, and it's disappointing.
Well, every union in California backed Jerry Brown, so it's probably going to be very difficult for him to anger them or to ostracize them at this point, since they backed him. What is the strategy here from that standpoint? I mean, sure. The pension group in Orange County is providing all the hot dog carts for his inauguration that's going on Monday.
Well, he has to be willing to step forward and be bold, and he's got to be willing to confront interests regardless of where they were in a campaign, because the campaign's over and now it's time to govern. And you know, one of the frustrating things is sitting there and seeing a lack of bold thinking, of innovative thinking, of saying, how do we transform our state? And I don't see any way the voters are going to look at a state that says you spend $47,000 a year to incarcerate an inmate when other states do it for half of that. Your prison health care system is $17,000 per inmate per year. We spend more on inmates' health care than we spend on a kid in K through 12 education. And yet you want more working families to provide money out of their small business, what they're doing. I mean, this is if what's been discussed is what's going to be proposed. One-time cuts, one-time revenue, no bold structural reform, no tackling pensions, no confronting how the state delivers service, no realigning our state in today's global economy. That's not going to work for the voters of California, and I think they're going to reject it, and they're going to have to come back to the drawing board. Well, let's start at what we know the voters want us to do. Reform a broken system, spend the money you have more efficiently and more effectively, and get our economy going again. Do that first, because we're all in agreement, and I think there'd be a lot of ways to support that. But to come right out of the gate with the tax increase is just going to have very bad implications.
Jess, what kind of a Jerry Brown are we going to see this time around? Is he going to be a much different governor?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of time has passed since he was governor the last time. He's learned a lot. He's gained a lot of knowledge and experience. And, you know, just a couple of responses to my Republican counterparts here on the panel. It's sort of interesting that what Jerry Brown plans to do in the next 4 years has already been decided by these two gentlemen, and that even before he's inaugurated, he's failed. by their judgment. I'd say let's give the guy a chance. We haven't even actually seen his proposals, and certainly we haven't seen the reform initiatives that he plans to bring to the table. He's not going to do those before he's even sworn in as governor. He's going to bring those to the table in the months ahead, and we need to give him that opportunity.
When we come back, we're going to talk about what we might expect to hear from Governor-elect Brown on Monday, and also what we will hear in his State of the State address that is coming up in the next 10 days.